Morning traders, and this is your Dax day trade review for today. So we got a little bit more of an upside move, but what's happening here is we are forming sort of a wedge, and I'll show you that on the lower time frames. But it is a green day, but we've got sellers stepping in off the top. So there are sellers scaling in here, and I think a good idea would be just to put that level in and sort of pay very careful attention to what's going on at the moment. Okay, so let's just move down to the levels I want to trade today. So you can see on the 3 hour we had an inside bar pullback, second attempt at this level, and we failed. Okay, so for me the structure at the moment is pretty simple. A break below 12,649 gives me a short, and what I'm paying attention to is the bottom of this 12,602 area. Okay, this trend is still very strong to the upside, so any short here is going to be a scalp. We are at a trend line at the moment as well. Not quite yet, but it will be coming. We're probably, if I draw it from a fractal to fractal, we'll probably find we are through and tested. Okay, fractal to fractal, broken through, and we've now tested it. Okay, fractal to fractal this side, we're on it. Okay, so with that in mind, have a look. Just put that level back up to there. Okay, so with that in mind, if we look at what's going on at the moment, you can see we've had a fairly strong rally. The alligator is starting to kind of roll, and look at the awesome oscillator. We are forming a series of lower highs while price is making higher highs. Okay, that's diversions, and fractal breaks on the higher time frames to the downside is going to indicate a bit of a move to the downside. So one or two things are going to happen here. We either can argue we've broken this and we're expecting a reversal. I'm not really expecting a reversal, maybe a bit of a pullback or consolidation. I think consolidation is probably going to be the more likely one. So in other words, sort of just sit in between these two levels, or possibly even drop down to here and just range around a bit until the next catalyst comes to drive the market again. So as you can see, yesterday was pretty much a crazy day. Sellers scaling in all the way up. Okay, buyers still buying until sort of the close, and we're still petering out. Look at the awesome oscillator here, just rolling over while price is going up. Okay, so yesterday we had, I'm going to use these levels here. Yesterday we had those two fractals there. You can see we broke a fractal to the downside. Well, we gapped down, back in, and then you can see how the buyer is stepping in off here. So using a bit of logic there, you could see, yes, it was a break, and it was pretty much a break but not a close. Okay, so in other words, it's not a valid signal. So if this was a red bar and it closed below there, that would have been a valid signal for a short. The fact that we gapped below it and then closed above it is not a valid signal. We need to close below the fractal. And you can see here, not a single bar closed below the fractal. They did try. Same with the top one though, we didn't close above it. So there was no trade signal here until this bar here. This bar indicated a trade to the upside, which you got, sort of, but didn't really get going. Okay, so today, same rules apply pretty much. I'm just going to delete the noise for now. So this one, we have two closer fractals, and both of them are, if we get a close above or below, they're valid trades. Okay, so break below 12,649, we've got some downside coming, and I expect that downside move to be very choppy like it's been, and a break above 12,671, we've got some upside coming, and I don't hold my breath to get past 12,692. Okay, so I'm expecting us to pretty much range about, or alternatively break the downside and just get a deeper pullback. I mean, ideally, I'd like to see something down to this level here. Okay, which is 12,586. So anyway, yeah. So for me at the moment, we'll trade these small breaks, but it's going to be really take profit at every single level. I think we're building some form of structure here. I don't think it's quite finished yet. So whatever that structure is going to be difficult to call at the moment. There are flags that are building there and there. So flag there. Then there's a flag here. Okay, so pick your poison. Also, people will see that as a butterfly pattern as well. But anyway, I just see confusion. So flag out, didn't materialize, formed the flag to the upside, which we've broken. So I expect us to move back to the downside, and I expect the same thing to repeat itself, pretty much. So in other words, what I'm expecting now is that we form a flag to the downside. And this is our range. Okay, anyway, let's just double check on the ichimoku. So if you look at the hour on the ichimoku, trend is very much to the upside. No reason to get out of any trades at the moment if you're long. But this indecision here would have me worried with any long at the moment, trying to hold. Okay, we had this massive bar here, and this bar could be seen as an exhaustion bar to a level. It is at a level, and it's a daily, weekly, and monthly level. So exhaustion bar. And the other thing, some traders will be hoping for at the moment is a flat top triangle. Okay, which is also possible. But until we break one of these levels, either the downward trend line or the upward trend line, I am a little bit hesitant to get in on this at the moment. If we look at the 4-hour, trend is up, but we've flattened out. Okay, we've got a cloud that's flattening out. We've got Kijinsen and Tegensen flattening out, and the distance here between Kijinsen and Tegensen is massive. I would like to see those closer together. Okay, so that's just already warning me not to try and chase beyond this level at the moment. I need to wait for a pullback, or alternatively, I need to wait for structure to form, so a range or a channel to the downside, or even a bit of a channel to the upside. But I want Kijinsen and Tegensen to catch up to where price is. I want them close to price like it was down here. Okay, and then on the daily, exact same pattern. Look how far we are from Kijinsen and Tegensen. The fact that they are together is still very bullish, and we've had some really good bullish days, but I want to see some kind of a pullback. And on the daily, that pullback is to come and test, probably not test, but to come and close this gap here, okay, which is 12,477. Okay, so basically for today, I'm leaning towards not bothering with this market at the moment. Definitely not bothering with the Dow Jones this morning. So we'll have a look at the Aussie next, and I think the Aussie probably give us some trades for the morning, but I don't think the Dax is going to give us anything at the moment. Okay, so yeah, even if we do break this trend line, I would still be trading, looking for longs, because until the break of the trend line is tested and the test fails, that's the point where I'll start looking for shorts. Okay, so at the moment, trading with the trend is up, and I'm looking for opportunities to buy, but I'm very hesitant at the moment. Okay, anyway, guys, so I'll be staying out of this for now until I see some proper structure. Even a break above this level, I want to see a pullback and a retest. Break below this, I want to see a move to the upside and a retest that fails. Oh, sorry, not that failed, but a real retest that succeeds. In other words, it comes back, tests it, and then starts bouncing to the downside. That would be a trigger for short. A break and a retest of this and start moving back the upside would be a opportunity for a long. Okay, Anyway guys, that's it for me today. Hope it helps, and I'll catch you later. Cheers for now.